Hello everyone, very good evening and welcome back once again to your favorite channel, that is StudyIQ IAS English. I'm your educator Praveen Mishra, going to discuss the most burning topic of the day. So as you can see, the name Ajaz Khan has been floating now. He has been now landed himself into a controversy. An FIR has been launched against him for the obscene act that has been performed by him, or he compelled the contestants of his so called show that is known as House Arrest being aired on the OTT platform named as ULLU. Firstly, the problem with regard to the OTT platforms. They are not guided. There is no censorship yet on these platforms through any statute. Make this thing clear that yes, in order to have, when you have any sort of film or any sort of a movie or a television show, for that we have got the Broadcasting Content Complaint Council. For that, we have got the Broadcasters Associations as well. For that, we have got the National Film Certification Board as well. But for the OTT platforms, as of now, till date, we do not have any statute, neither a regulatory or a surveillance body that focuses on the content, that what type of content they are representing. Is that content fine enough? Is that content, not crossing the belt, not crossing the blues, not it is going outside the purview of the legality as well as the morality? And hence, as a result, what do we experience? That OTT platforms, they do represent at most amount of vulgarity, obscenity, and nudity. See, entertainment is good, but entertainment coming at the cost of the cultures, traditions, customs, as well as the faith and belief, and disturbing the morality of the society is not entertainment. And this is what Ajaz Khan has done, right? This is what we have experienced, that how the show that was aired on 29th of April, which has been immediately removed by the channel, that is the particular platform, that is ULLU, okay, in which Ajaz Khan has stated multiple vulgar things as had made the contestants to perform some vulgar act on camera, even though it was quite visible that the performers, the contestants, the candidates, those who are there, they are not comfortable in that. But still, Ajaz Khan continued to, carry on with those particular obscene, vulgar, pathetic acts. Right. So, taking into the consideration a Bajrang Dal member and activist as well, Gautam Ravriya, alleges, and apart from that, he has also taken into the legal action against Ajaz Khan and the ULLU platform as well. Right. So here we have the whole news. As per the complaint, okay, as per simply the complaint, as you can see, the web show contained obscene languages, and the acts performed in the show insulted the modesty of the women. Remember, guys, when it comes to the constitutional frame, as the aspirant, you must be always relating every social issue with the constitutional frame. We have got Article 51 capital A under Part 4 capital A of the Indian Constitution, that is fundamental duties. As per the segment of fundamental duties, there is a duty that is given to each and every citizen of India, that is protecting the dignity and not having any particular act that outrages the modesty of the women. And so here the complaint is focusing on that very particular aspect only. Okay, the producer and the host of the House Arrest, that is the name of the show, have been charged under the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. See the segments. Second one is the Information Technology Act of 2000, and yes, the Indecent Representation of Women Prohibition Act of 1986. Right. So the particular show, as well as the host, the creators, the holders as well, they have been charged, okay, for obscenity through the three particular platforms: the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, Information Technology Act Section 67, okay, of 2000, as well as the Indecent Representation of Women Prohibition Act. Okay, so these are the particular statutes through which the case has been registered. And NCW, the National Commission for Women, has, taken the proper appropriate action, okay, taking the cognizant and suo moto as in without any litigation, without any appeal, that is on its own. So National Commission for Women, it has also landed into the case, taking once again the cognizant action here, protecting the dignity of women. And they have tweeted on their official Twitter, that is formerly Twitter, present X, as in NCW takes suo moto cognizance of the obscene content on the ULLU app's show, that is House Arrest. And viral clips show women being subject to coerced into intimate acts on camera. Right? And further, the tweet says NCW slams the platform for promoting vulgarity and violating consent. Right? So CEO of the platform, that is OTT platform ULLU, and the host has been summoned on May 9. Okay, so this is what NCW has tweeted, taking into the hashtags as well, that is women dignity as well as the NCW acts. Okay, and yes, hashtag ULLU app has been also mentioned there. Okay, so their agenda is clear: women dignity as well as the authority of NCW to protect the dignity of women, because NCW full form itself, it is National Commission for Women, right? So further, what the NCW has stated. Okay, this is the statement which has came from the NCW itself. Okay, so what they have stated, the NCW further warned that if in case allegations are found to be true, the creators and host of the show could face action under the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita of 2023 and the Information Technology Act of 2000. This is what NCW has stated. And we must understand, guys, entertainment is good, it's fine. But entertainment, once again, should never be crossing below the belt. Okay, and it should be never out of the blues. It should be also under the purview of legality as well as morality and the ethics of each and every individual, right? So performing such acts, and that too on the global platforms, at least national platforms, should be banned totally. And now considering the frameworks out of this news, NCW, that is the National Commission for Women. What is this all about? So when we focus on NCW, okay, it is an autonomous and statutory body established in the year 1992. First of all, through the National Commission for Women Act of 1990. What is the single point agenda of such commission, that is National Commission for Women? Okay, to protect and promote women's rights in India. And it is also responsible for reviewing and addressing issues related to the rights of women. Right? So this is what the National Commission of Women, NCW, is. Is it a statutory body? Yes, it is an autonomous statutory body created through the National Commission for Women Act of 1990. Okay, we talk about the membership. Okay, so as per the section 3 of the NCW Act, it will be having 5 members. Okay, so as we can see, the commission shall consist of a chairperson and apart from that 5 members. And yes, a member secretary who are to be nominated by the central government. So as in total, what we can have 5 members, a chairperson and a secretary. So in total 7 members. Okay, they are all to be nominated by whom? By the central government. Okay, so as we can see here, the qualifications has been also mentioned as per the act. So they should be having experience in the field of law and legislation, trade unionism, women's representation as well as the voluntary organization, administration, and yes, health, education, etc. Okay, so this is all what the experiences or simply the eligibility criteria mentioned as per the section 3 of the National Commission for Women Act of 1990, through which National Commission of Women 1992 has been made. Okay, so you must be having experience in health, education, women's voluntary organization, trade unionism, law and legislation, etc. Okay, and a point that is to be noted here, that is this one. At least one member out of those 5 members, at least one member should be coming from scheduled caste or scheduled tribes community. Okay, at least one. Okay, should be coming from where? Either from the scheduled caste community or the scheduled tribes community, right? This is what the NCW Act is all about. Now, when we talk about the powers of the NCW, National Commission for Women, so it works as a civil court. It has having all the powers and authorities of a civil court in India. Okay, so having that civil court authority, they can call for questioning and re-questioning, receiving evidences, and summoning and enforcing anyone. Okay, along with the issuing of the commissions for the examination or investigation of any such incidents, right? So remember, they do have what? They do have the powers of being a civil court, and being a civil court, they can call in, that is summon, requiring the discovery of any evidences, re-questioning any public record, and lastly issuing the commission, that is the investigation body, investigating body as well. So this is what the powers, they are landed into the hands of the National Commission for Women. And when we talk about obscenity in India, how it is handled or controlled, so obviously we have got multiple statutes for it. For example, as we have already mentioned it, okay, we have got the Information Technology Act, we have got the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, erstwhile IPC, Indian Penal Code, and apart from that we also have the Indecent Representation of Women Prohibition Act. So we have got multiple statutes for the same thing, and these all statutes have been used to curb such type of obscenity, specifically on the so-called ULLU Act, right? Okay, so as per the IT Act, okay, it follows section 292 of the Indian Penal Code to define obscenity. Okay, section 67 of the Information Technology Act, okay, punishes the publishing or transmitting of obscene material online using the same definition of obscenity as per the IPC section 292. Okay, so this is what section 67 and section 292 is. Section 67 is about the Information Technology Act of 2000. Section 292, it is the Indian Penal Code, that is IPC. And now it is the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. Then we have got the Indecent Representation of Women Prohibition Act of 1986. This is very same. Once again, working on the same lines of Article 51 capital A, that is any act outraging the modesty of the women should be banned, and you should be always taking into the consideration that you have to respect the dignity of the women, respect women, that is basically. And what Ajaz Khan and the contestants and the creators of this so-called house arrest they did, they have totally outraged the modesty of the women. Yes, you might be of the opinion this is not the first time, but yes, this is not the first time, but it should be at least the last time. Right? So we have got another statute as well, which prohibits the depiction of women in a way that is indecent, outrageous, or degenerating, or that is likely to harm public morality. Okay, and now the question is, how do we define something as obscene? A very interesting fact it is. How do we define something that is obscene? Right? So here we go. Obscenity is conducted through a test that is known as Hicklin test. Something that is vulgar to hear, read, or see, that is obscene. That's fine. But there is also a test. Like for example, we have got the dope test, right? For the sportsmen, okay, or for the persons those who are taking the drugs. So in that very same sense, what we have got? We have got the Hicklin test. Remember guys, there is the term Hicklin test for the sake of obscenity. And from where did this Hicklin test came into the picture? So it came into the picture in 1868 in England through the case of Regina versus Hicklin, where obscenity as a material that tends to deprave and corrupt those whose minds are open to immoral influences was mentioned. Okay, essentially the test focuses on the potential of a material to negatively impact vulnerable individuals, particularly children. Okay, so considering these social values, okay, a test was then initiated that is known as the Hicklin test. When it came out, 1868, where England, what was the name of the case? Regina versus Hicklin, right? So obscenity, it is just tested through a test that is known as the Hicklin test. And apart from that, when it comes to India, so what we have got, the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, BNS, we have got the Information Technology Act, Section 67. Through BNS, erstwhile IPC, Section 292 talks about the obscenity and the protection of the modesty of the women. And apart from that, we have also got the Women Indecent Representation Prohibition Act of 1986. Along with that, we have got a body specifically made for the women rights, as well as upgrading, protecting, safeguarding the modesty and the dignity of the women. That is National Commission for Women, okay, established through the National Commission of Women Act 1990 in the year 1992. Okay, the commission came into the being. So it is having all the authorities of a civil court. So questioning, re-questioning, summoning, calling for the evidence, and establishing an investigating agency as well is all what the powers of the National Commission of Women, as it works as a civil court inside the territory of India. So guys, that's it for now. Please do let me know your opinion about Ajaz Khan, about that ULLU OTT or any other type of OTTs, and how you think we can curb all of these things and protect the social welfare, the morality of our country, as well as the great heritage, the great culture, which represents the utmost level of protection of dignity of not just women, but also each and every corner of the society. Right? So guys, that is it from my side today in this session. And before ending, please do remember, we have to subscribe to the Study IQ IAS English channel. And yes, please do not forget to let me know your feedback into the comment section. Okay, everyone. So thank you so much for watching. See you soon in the very next session. Bye bye. Good day. Take care. Jai Hind. Jai Bharat.